Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Dark Anime Robin. In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the SH Monsterarts Tigrex from the Monster Hunter franchise, and this set is manufactured by Bandai Tamashii Nation. Let's first check out the details from the case before we take the figure out. And as you can see, the name Tigrex is like a fusion of the famous dinosaur, the T-Rex, and the tiger mixing here. We have like a dragon here with the face of a T-Rex and the body of a very dragon-like form. And then we have like a stripe of tigers all over the body. And on the back here, similar to many Monsterarts set, we have like an opening here with a transparency to allow you a view to the figure, but it seems unlike most of them, this transparency is only left to a claw mark opening, so you can get a very good look at the Tigrex figure inside, but at least we can still see it a bit. And so overall, on the cover of the case, you can't really see much except some picture of the figure itself, which is kind of a little disappointing because most of the Tamashii Nation product, especially for Monsterarts, usually they demonstrate a lot of the feature inside the case that would show like what the figure can do, like its super modeling feature, showing great articulation, etc. And in this case, we only just get to see how the figure would look. And now let's find out the rest by getting the Tigrex out of the case. And like most Monsterarts or SH Figuarts, we have the main figure inside the plastic casing here, and we have all the accessories like interchangeable parts here. Oh, and one thing I've kind of missed earlier from the case, looks like we have a hunter figurine here. And looks like on the case we also have a bit of instruction manual, although that doesn't show much, just telling you how you can just replace the wing and arm pieces. And they don't even show like how the figure might look after you exchange the pieces, so looks like we're just gonna have to find them all ourselves. Now let's get the figure out of the case now. Here we have some plastic film covering the Tigrex figure's tail and underneath the wing here. The presence of these film established that the set is brand new when you first opened it, and one part that couldn't be seen very easily before is it looks like we have interchangeable head pieces here as well. Now I'm gonna take the main figure out. Now let's first check out the articulation of this figure, starting with the tail. So we have like a pretty almost like scorpion-like tail, although very draconic and very flexible and articulated. This pair of legs are also got very good articulation here, as it's a design with many joints. And we have the wings here. I guess you can kind of adjust these wingspan angles for the kind of poses you want. So if we want to like have the figure stands on its force, be like this. And it's also got very flexible and articulated neck. The torso's also got nice articulation. So nice, it can stand up. Finally, can open its jaw. And the jaw's angle can be adjusted a little bit. And again, this close look can show you how the dragon looks like a combination or a fusion of the tiger and the T-Rex. And the claws on its front paws also have some good articulation, although looks like doesn't have complete dexterity, as the claws can only basically all move together. Anything here, although they can kind of still have minor individual movements. Now we can have it stand on its force like this. We can probably lower down the tail a bit. one little articulation I just missed was like on its main body here. Looks like we can kind of twist the turn here. So we can adjust the pose of Tigrex. So like this is a way most lizards or snakes can twist their body. So you can like make a pose that when you look up, the Tigrex is like, again like twitching like a snake or lizard. This covers the basic feature for this figure with its default parts. Now let's put on the alternate parts and see what this figure can do with them. Now these are the alternate pieces, and in case you are having trouble telling which is which, see this the minor dent part. That's how you tell. Like this is the left wing, and this is the right one. And to put them on, first you take this whole wing piece out, and then you remove the default wing piece, and you put the expanded piece in here. And you reattach this piece, and then just do the same thing on the other wing. And now that we have both alternate wing piece attached, let's stand up the figure here. Here we go. This is how Tigrex look with both his wings fully expanded. But of course, with the wings opened up like that, you can experience some issue for balance. So with the figure's wingspan fully expanded, we can put on some very intimidating, fearsome display. However, one thing to keep in mind that to keep the figure in this pose, the key is the tail, since it's the only way to keep the figure standing, and that's another issue with this set. It does not come with a display stand for this figure, so in order to keep it on, again the tail is kind of crucial for this kind of pose, standing up straight pose. We can also pose this figure to show Tigrex like to be like really flying. We basically just have to straighten up its body and its legs, so like this. And again, the issue of this set doesn't have its own display stand. We can't really hold the figure. We would need to get a compatible display stand to keep it on like a flying post display. This here, it's not the best compatible kind of stand for this purpose, but at least for the moment it can do. So that covers what the figure can do with the alternate wing piece. Now let's check out these alternate arms and alternate head. So these parts don't look any structurally different than the default arms and heads. The main difference is that they're painted differently. See how like on these arms we have like little red marks on the side here. And with this headpiece, there's also some red on the face, and the eyes are like turning blood red, so showing like Tigrex is getting really angry or pissed off. Now let's put them on. So all you have to do is detach the arms, the default arms that is, and as well as the wing pieces. Now I'm attaching them with the default wings. There we go. And then just put them back on. And now we just have to do the same thing with other arm. But first, let's put the head on here. So go. So here we have Tigrex with the alternate arms and face. And again, these alternate parts are structurally identical to the default parts, so there's nothing new you can do with them as far as posing the figure. However, because again with these alternate the colors in these alternate parts, so it's showing Tigrex to be more angry. So even though you can also try these parts with the flying poses, it's probably best to keep them on the ground, so it can be, you can have Tigrex look angry, like he's gonna try to personally, physically attacking something. That's where this little figurine from the set comes in. It doesn't have any articulation at all, so the only thing it's good for is just to be put in front of Tigrex to make it look like the hunters are about to engage in battle with the beast. And again, it'd be good if the beast looks angry, so the alternate parts for Tigrex would be perfect for this kind of pose. So this covers all the basic feature of this set. So overall, this is a pretty nice dragon-like monster action figure. So if you're a dragon lover, or if you like T-Rex, or the idea of a tiger mixing with either dragon or T-Rex, this would be a good figure for you. And just like all Monsterarts, it has a very good articulation to allow you to put on various kind of displays you would want this monster to do. So that's a really good thing for most collectors. Also, it has a unusual or rare setup for the Monsterarts series, that it has like alternate parts that can make it look angry. So this is a Monsterarts that can look either beastly ferocious to angry beastly ferocious, and that's very rare. And if that's something you like, I'm pretty sure you'll like or even love this figure. One thing slightly challenging in this set is that you pretty much have to try to figure out what to do with this figure all on your own, because as you think, there isn't much clue they give on the box or on the instruction menu, unlike most of the Tamashii Nation's SH Figure Arts and SH Monsterarts set, which are usually kind of good in showing you what can be done with the SH Figure Arts and Monsterarts items. And so this is it takes maybe just a minor bit of brainstorming for you to figure out what you want to do with this set. And I hope in this video I've given everyone a lot of clues on what you can do. And another issue is that, as you saw, this set does not come with a display stand for this figure, so that can be a little issue for certain kind of display pose you wanted to put. If you just wanted to put it on like walking or crawling on its fours kind of pose like this one, then obviously it's not really a big deal. But if you wanted to expand its wings or putting on the flying form display, you definitely need something to hold it steady or in the mid-air, because even though you saw me manage to expand this figure's wings and to stand on its toes, again, it was only done by carefully position the figure so the weight can be supported by the tail. But even so, the balance is still hard to maintain if you want to put it on that kind of pose for extended period of time. It's definitely best if you have a display stand that can work with this figure to hold it steady. But despite this little problem, again, like all SH Monsterarts figure, it has great articulation. So if you're a fan or collector who loves dragon or tiger-like creature, this should be a good item for you to collect. Especially if you want your dragon collection to be able to display fonts as like normal ferocious looking to really angry ferocious looking, then this is definitely one of those that can fulfill your wish. And it's a trait that this figure have that's rare in SH Monsterarts series. One last thing I want to say about this figure is what I usually warn the viewers about SH Monsterarts. While they are figures with great articulation and great posability, those features enabled by the figure having so many joints, and if you kind of bend on those joints too hard, the figure's parts can be detached. But fortunately, they're almost always easily reattachable, so that's not a huge deal. But still, it's best to be careful, because if you're not, you can just keep pulling your figure apart, and you just have to remember how to put them back together. And this one is no different. But besides that little problem, I managed to work with this figure well in this video, so it's still a very nice figure. This concludes my review for this set. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And please check out other videos in my channel. If you have any question, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer with the best of my knowledge and ability.